Hello, welcome back, Ryan and Cars. I'm just driving back from a late night, a long day of driving. We'll just say that. This video is about it's a YouTube update. Um, Not necessarily about cars or anything like that, but it's kind of what this channel is about. So if you're new and you clicked on it, welcome to Ryan and Cars. I usually talk about cars and things, but the other time I do these YouTube updates because I'm brand new at YouTube. For regular viewers and people that have subscribed, for me, talking about car stuff, this is about YouTube. And it's kind of important. It's kind of important. Um, YouTube is cracking down on AI spam. So if you don't know what that is, it's videos that are made by AI. Um, the music, the video itself, the content, the voices, things like that. Because you can churn out a ton of videos if you have the software to do it. And people are. I'm sure you've seen them. I'm sure you've watched some of them. I'm sure you can identify a lot of that. Which is why I started this channel to be this no editing, um, one-on-one car talking thing. I had no idea about AI at the beginning of this. That wasn't a real decision. The decision about the authenticity and the no editing and things like that was partly necessity, but really deep down behind the scenes, it comes from an experience I had with writing for my car magazine. I had a publication a long time ago, and fancy pictures and fancy cars and the whole thing. And I did have a hard time at the beginning finding writers, so I wrote a lot of the content. And I found an editor, and well, two actually. And I had never done any kind of editing, any kind of real formal writing or anything like that. I was basically a construction worker who had a passion for cars, and I wanted to start a car magazine because I saw a niche. So I started the car magazine and I started writing. And then I found an editor because I'm wordy. Like, you watch me speak on this thing and I ramble. I ramble like crazy. So it's the same thing with my writing. And to get an editor in and have them cut it up and, you know, make what I'm trying to say in a small, cognizant thing that a reader would take and digest and like was a godsend. But I realized how much of my writing was cut out, sort of thing, and all of that. So doing the YouTube videos that I'm doing now, it's all unedited, it's all non-scripted, it's all. I did try a little bit of the scripting things. If you watch the earlier videos, they're really horrible. But I tend to ramble, and humans do, and that's why there's people in charge to take care of things like that. Um, there is a button if you've never done YouTube before and you've never uploaded a video, and there is a button that you push that all of this has not been changed, and you just say no. And I kind of take pride in that. And I now, in my later age here, and being able to spot highly edited and high production videos, I tend not to watch so much anymore. And I had a talk with this about a friend, with a friend, a couple of weeks ago. And It was about the real authentic thing that you give to YouTube, because YouTube, at the beginning of YouTube, we're old enough that we remember the beginning of YouTube, and it was just about you and a camera and saying your own experience. And this kind of fits with that. It wasn't the intent; it just happens to align with that. And after sitting with, I'm going to say, family members and who've watched my videos, and I keep wondering why people keep subscribing to this, because I don't post anything flashy. I really don't. And I don't talk about anything really controversial. And I hope that you guys that are digesting this stuff that I do, you know, enjoy the authenticity of it. Because there is, they seem like one off, and I'm rambling, and like I'm kind of doing now, and I'm making things up as I go, and I don't do edits. I don't cut things down. I don't make it succinct. I don't run from a list of things, a program of what I'm talking about. Enjoy that, or at least appreciate it in some way. That's why I say hit the thumbs up button, because it's on the fly. It really is on the fly, and I'll sometimes make 8 videos and delete them all and to get one out. But YouTube is cracking down on the AI stuff, and I did have thoughts at the very beginning. I was using AI to write my descriptions and, to try to get this out to as many viewers as possible. I think back in the day, we used to call it search engine optimization, but that's so old now. And actually, a few people that I have been watching say use AI as much as possible behind the scenes, right? And I don't do that. I've actually, I've actually stopped doing that. As good as an AI is as a personal assistant, I totally love it. I don't use it for this channel. I really don't. Um, I'm actually going to introduce this into my job where I work now. There's so much menial work that can be accomplished by AI that at my job it makes sense. However, for this YouTube thing, I don't come to YouTube to watch that. I will pay a subscription to a service to watch highly produced videos that I'll pay, I don't know, whatever it is, 10.99 a month or 15.99 a month or 2.99 a month, whatever it is, right? When I come to YouTube, I don't know about you guys. Maybe say it in the comments, but I come to YouTube to find real problems, well, real solutions to real problems by real people. And I think that's what this platform was meant for at the beginning. Or someone you can relate to, sort of thing. Like it's a this kind of one-on-one thing. Um, Somebody who gets you, somebody who says things that make sense to you, or shows you something that you don't know about, and it's in the real world. It's not because I did TV school. I did TV school, and we did TV productions and the whole thing, and I know what it takes and how many people it takes and all the filters. It all gets filtered down and dissected and by a group of people, and you get this thing. And I think when we used to watch regular TV, that's why Top Gear was so popular. Those videos are those TV shows were so highly produced and so that we actually knew that. I'm going to say Top Gear, and I'm going to say the Grand Tour, and because it's car shows and this is the car channel, we knew those highly produced, and we liked that about that show. However, what we liked more about those shows were those moments where it was candid and real things came out between the people, and you got to see the humanity. And that, I think, was what the original owners of YouTube had in mind, and it took off. It took off so much that they were paid billions of dollars by Google when Google bought it out. And since then, they've been trying to figure out what's working for the people, what's not working for the people. Us viewers, because I'm a viewer too. I'm a viewer. I sit in the same position you are with the screen in front of me, and I watch things and I go, do I like subscribe? Do I hit the button? Do I hit the bell? Do I, what do the comments say? I do the same things. And every now and again, I come and watch my videos. And especially after I sit at the supper table, I talk with human beings and they say, hey, what you're doing there, that's actually kind of a cool take on things. It's very, I can see why people are watching this. Not as a ego boost or anything like that. It's just, this is just a hobby. This is what I do in regular life, right? And I just want to share it with people because some of this knowledge I don't get to pass on. People aren't going to know this stuff. It's my take on the world. If you like it, thank you. Subscribe, like, hit the bell. If you don't like it, you can stop watching right now and scroll to the next one. This isn't your cup of tea. I get it. I totally get it. Because I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I'm saying this because it's kind of been sitting in the back of my head, and the AI thing came up, and when I originally had the thoughts of this channel, it was highly edited, and because I do have the skills for it, getting the tools for it isn't that big of a deal. And after having the talk with my friend, he's kind of doing the same thing. He does edit, and he does take pride in his production. I keep saying I'm going to put him in the description, but I never do. It's Behind the Wheel Experience. The point about this is that it's about the authenticity of this. Like, yeah, I get stuff wrong. Sometimes I get things right. Sometimes I have a different view. There's the value in that part. That's the humanity. Kind of being a real person. I'm coming out here to say, hey, look, I'm talking about this stuff. I don't know if you like it. I don't know if you don't. But this is how I see the world. If it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's fine. And I just want to keep it as real. It's kind of a buzzword now. Authentic is also a buzzword. I just want to be a human talking to another human, saying, hey, you know what? If you stop me on the side of the road or come up to me and, hey, some car show or whatever, dude, this is, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. That's how it works. This is that. And hey, on to the next topic. You know, I hope that clears some things up to you. If you are a new viewer, if you are somebody who isn't subscribed and has been watching, I don't know. I'm not really going to push all of that. I keep forgetting to push it, to be honest with you. Could be going hard. I think if I watch the YouTube gurus, it's like after you say your spiel, you do the bell subscribe thing and all of that, and it's not that important to me. What is important to me is making sure that there is a connection here. That I'm letting you know that I don't have a team of people behind me telling me what to do or writing or saying or a sponsor or anything like that. You know, these are just personal views of some guy sitting in a car talking into a camera hoping somebody's watching it, I guess. and hoping that there is some sort of value that you get from this, or some sort of entertainment, or some sort of, aha moment. You know, oh, I never thought of it like that. I think I think that's kind of what I'm after. Is I see your view on this, but what that was interesting. That was interesting. I never thought of that before. Making you think. Making you think. Well, not making you think. I'm stretching myself in order to come up with content, I guess, right? That's the gist of it. And thank you for your viewership. I really appreciate it. At some point, I don't know. I'm not really pushing monetization right now, but it does come up all the time. It does come up all the time. My dad was asking me, "Hey, what about monetization stuff?" I'm like, YouTubers don't make a whole lot of money unless you're top tier, blah blah blah, high production, blah blah blah, and that's kind of the crux of this, right? Not high production. It's all on the fly. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your viewership, and if you liked anything in this video, hit the like button. If you are new and want to hear some guy in a car talk about cars, maybe subscribe. If you are a viewer and you haven't hit the bell yet, my daughter keeps telling me to push the bell. So hit the bell. I don't hit the bell on any video that I watch. I stay away from the bell. I don't need notifications, right? But if you like notifications, hit the bell. And I will see you on the next one. Thank you.